Microsoft has Sony on the ropes, and they're getting desperate. If you've been following gaming news, then you likely have at least some awareness of the industry-changing Microsoft and ABK merger. For incredibly obvious reasons, Sony would prefer if that did not happen. They've tried to block the merger at every turn, and so far all they've gotten is unwanted attention. We've now seen the concerns expressed by Sony about receiving a degraded Call of Duty experience on PlayStation systems, or even a complete absence of any Activision games on PlayStation. These are interesting points to make because Sony partakes in one of them rather openly, and the other, well, there's recent evidence that they don't focus on delivering the same experience you find on PlayStation on other platforms. Unlike Sony forgetting to optimize ported games, remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy this content because it's a huge help to the channel. But back to the story that while Sony has been trying to derail the Xbox ABK merger at every turn, a class action lawsuit now being referred to as the Gamers lawsuit, and they've been trying to collect evidence from the big three, or at least trying to. A blog named False Patents that primarily covers software patents and antitrust matters took a look at the Gamer lawsuit and found some interesting facts. They originally reported that the Gamers lawsuit did in fact receive documents from Sony. It goes on to say that they received them in such a cooperative manner that they submitted a second request, which was delivered on within a week. Axios' Stephen Toltillo also reported via a sourced document that Microsoft was aware and surprised to see that Sony cooperated in the class action lawsuit. This surely will not help negotiations between Green and Blue regarding publishing across platforms. We're drifting into speculation with their next statement, but based on Foss's analysis of the complaints, they think there is a chance that Sony's outside counsel is ghostwriting the complaints for the class action lawsuit. Now, cooperating with a subpoena and even going so far as to have your outside counsel help a class action lawsuit that has a favorable complaint against the merger doesn't make Sony a corporate villain, but it does paint a grim picture of where Sony sees the merger taking them and how desperate they are to avoid it. Now, I'm looking at this as down the middle as I can, and while I think Sony is largely just afraid of receiving the same treatment that they've been dishing out for nearly 2 console generations, the ABK acquisition is going to cause more than a few issues for consumers down the road as we veer towards a pretty monolithic games industry structure. To be clear, I am all for every Activision and Blizzard game being on the Game Pass. But we need to look years ahead, down the road, at what happens when we put all of our eggs in one exclusive basket. A basket that we don't actually own. We pay a monthly licensing fee to access the eggs that we have in the basket. Let me know in the comments how you feel about all this merger stuff. Are you worried about a pseudo-monopoly of Microsoft ABK? Do you just want more stuff on Game Pass? Personally, I'm excited to see Game Pass grow, but I'm apprehensive about what happens when its library truly hits critical mass. But that's all for mergers and lawsuits today. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.